Morning guys, this is Mr. Choke. If you're watching this, you're definitely at the right place. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there, and I promise you that will make your academic problems of accounting a thing of the past. With that out of the way, let's get into the lesson of the day. Now remember guys, in this morning's lesson, we are going to do bank reconciliation. Remember, I'm doing this to help you to prepare for the paper that you'll be writing Friday. As I said before, uh, I'm just making this available online because some of you missed the class. So please make sure that you go back and watch this lesson before you write your exam. This question paper is a very nice paper, and then it gives you a hint in terms of what you can expect from your June exam. So please make sure that you watch it before you go and write. Okay. Now, here they're saying state whether the following statements are true or false. Write only true or false next to the question number in the answer book. The first concept here they're saying costs charged in the respect of EFTs do not form part of the bank charges. When you look at this, they are lying, because if you make an EFT payment and they charge you, that charge will be part of your bank charges. So in this case, our statement there is going to be false. Okay. And then the next one, they are saying that a credit balance on the bank statement reflect a positive bank balance. So remember, if uh, I have a credit balance, it means in that from the perspective of the bank, it's a plus. So now they are saying that that will reflect a positive bank balance. So it means it's going to say that I also have money from my view. So here, this one, it will be a plus both sides. Okay. So because they said it reflects a positive bank balance, it means the statement it's going to be true, because when I have a credit balance, it's a plus bank account. Okay. And then here then they are saying interest debited in the bank statement will be recorded in the cash receipt journal. So remember, when they debit on the bank statement, it's a minus, and which means they are taking money from me, and that means I'm paying. So if I'm paying, I'm not going to record in the CRJ, I'm going to record in the cash payment journal. So therefore that statement it's false. Then you move on. Next, the question says, explain to Mabuto, the owner of Boutros Traders, why it is important that he prepares a bank reconciliation statement at the end of each month. Provide 3 reasons. So in other words, you are telling him why it is important to do bank reconciliation. So number one, he will be able to detect errors and omissions. Okay. So he will see if there were mistakes that were made, and then also if there were some transactions that were not recorded. And then secondly, he will be able to detect if there's any fraud taking place. Okay. And then the third reason, you can tell him that he will be able to identify to identify outstanding deposits and EFTs. So you get your full 6 marks for saying that. The next question, they are asking you, what does the abbreviation EFT stand for? So this is easy marks. You just tell them it's electronic fund transfer. Okay. And then next one, they are asking you, list for advantages of internet banking. In other words, tell us about the benefits of in doing internet banking. So remember here, what we know is that when I do internet banking, number one, we know that it is safe, right? So you can just write let me erase here. You can write that it is safe, it is quick, it is convenient, and then also it is cheap. Other learners may also say that you do not have to carry cash around. So imagine you traveling with 10,000. Hey, people will mug you. So at least when you do EFT, you won't have to physically carry the cash. You can just pay people over the internet, and then you are safe. Your life is also safe. Okay. Then the next part, they are asking us, Jane, the bookkeeper, has been assigned the duty of processing and controlling all EFTs. Provide two reasons why the internal auditor should be concerned about this. Number one, we need to tell them, in other words, we need to tell them the bad thing about her doing, uh, I mean, processing and controlling EFTs. Remember, if you look at this, he can't process them and also control them. It means here there is a chance for her to commit fraud. Okay, so the internal auditor should be concerned because there is no division of duties. In other words, we mean Jane is controlling and processing EFTs. So she might be tempted to pay herself. And then also, we can also tell them that there is a high chance for Jane to commit fraud. Okay, then we are done. So you get your 20 marks. So guys, if you want to pass, you will pass. And then next, they want you to now complete the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so here's what you need to do, guys. When you do your bank reconciliation, one of the easiest steps that you can follow, make sure number one, you transfer the totals of the journals, and then you also transfer the total of the bank account from the previous BRS. And then secondly, you need to make sure that you check if the information from the previous month's BRS was considered. And then thirdly, you update your journals with the present bank statement. Okay, and then fourthly, you make sure that all the information that was not considered by the bank in our present journals, you record them as your outstanding items on the uh, on the BRS, and then you also correct some errors and omissions from both sides. So that's how easy you can easily complete your bank reconciliation statement. Okay, next, so we have answered all these questions, and you can see that Elena can pass on theory before they do fiscal calculation. So guys, please don't leave blank spaces. I repeat, don't leave blank spaces. Now, the first question here, they're saying that the information below relates to Boutros Traders for the year ended 31 March 2022. So number one, you are required to calculate the correct totals for both the cash receipt journal and the cash payment journal of March 2022. And they are saying that details are not required. And then this is only for 11 marks. So you don't need to write who's giving us money and then which account is affected. Remember, normally we under details we write who we get the money from, or and then under bank all amounts go there, and then under sundry account we normally explain what was the money for, right? So here they are saying you don't need to do that, just write the amounts only. So let's go to our information. Here they're saying that the cash journals had the following totals for the bank column on 31 March 2022 before the bank reconciliation was completed. Number one, you have the totals of your journals. So if you look at this, they've already transferred those totals. All right. CRJ is 477,400, and then CPJ is 413,500. So they were correctly transferred for us. So let's check the next thing. They gave you an extract from the bank reconciliation on 28 February 2022. First thing that you check where is your bank account. Here they're saying favorable balance as per bank account, and then it is 299,600. So that's what you need to start with, right? And then remember, your year starts on the 1st of March 2022. So you are going to go straight to your bank account, and you will say you enter your information. Remember, this side, guys, this is where our bank increases, this is where um it decreases. Okay, so this side you enter, this is when you receive money, you enter your total of your receipts, and then here you enter, or this side you're going to enter the total of your payments, right? So remember, your payments will decrease your account because you are paying. So we're going to have 2020. I don't know if I can reduce the size of this. Okay, let me look for. Okay, so here we would have 2022 2022 March the 1st. Then we have, remember here I said your bank is favorable, right? And then here your bank gets unfavorable. So your balance brought down, the balance brought down from last month's BRS, they said is 299,600. So you write that 299,600, and then you also know that at the end of the month for 2022 March the 31st, you are going to record your total receipts, right? From the CRJ. So you write this immediately, and then you also know the side that for 2022 March the 31st, you are going to write your total payments under CPJ. So you write that so that you can easily earn marks for just writing this without doing any calculation. You get my point? So now let's go to our adjustment. So here they're saying additional information relating to the bank reconciliation on 28 February 2022. Number one, the outstanding deposit of 84,700 appeared on the March bank statement. So if it appeared, I'm going to cancel it because they have considered it, so that I don't record it again. Next, EFT number 415 for 6,000 appeared on the March bank statement. So this EFT for 6,000, they said it appeared on the bank statement, so I cancel it so that I don't record it again. Next, they are saying that so this one I've dealt with it. They are saying that EFT number 416 appeared on the March bank statement with the correct amount of 62,500. The amount recorded in the journal February was incorrect. So it means what I recorded in my books was wrong. So let's check. The bank statement shows, remember, EFT you record in the CPJ for the payments, right? Now, in this is our CPJ. In our CPJ, we recorded 28,500, and then the bank statement actually shows the correct amount of 62,500. So when you look at this, you can see that we have recorded less than we were supposed to. So it means we need to get the difference and correct it in the CPJ, record the difference in the CPJ. So you are going to say 62,500, 62,500, then you say minus 28,500, and then the 34,000 will go to your CPJ. Okay, so in our CPJ we're going to record that 34,000, so that 34,000 will come this side, then you are done. Okay, let's go to the next transaction. Next, they are saying, so if you check, now we have transferred everything. The balance of the statement, we are not going to need it from there. So here they're saying entries in the cash journals for March 2022 that did not appear on the bank statement for March. So remember, if they are in the present cash journals, but they are not in the present bank statement, we call them outstanding items. If it's EFT, it's going to be outstanding EFTs, which will show a minus, right? And if it's deposit, they're going to be recorded as a credit, outstanding deposit. So let's check. Let's maybe what we can do, we can write that format here. So remember the format for this, it says balance as per bank statement. Then we would have credit, outstanding, deposits, and then we will debit outstanding E EFT. So now remember here, whatever we are going to debit is going to decrease our money. Whatever that we are going to credit is going to increase our money. So let's check. So when you check here, EFT number 480 for 25,000 is debited. So we'll write EFT number 480 for 25,000. Remember, they need to deduct it from our account. And then the next one we have EFT number 481 for 18,000. So we'd also have EFT number 481 for 18,000, right? Then after this, we have a cash deposit for the week ended 31 March 2022 as 124,500. So we'll say credit EF outstanding deposit of 124,500. Now let's check what should happen next. After this, so we have recorded those items that are outstanding. You see, now we go and check entries that are in the bank statement, but they are not in the cash journals. Now here's the tip: whatever that needs to be corrected, you need to correct. Errors done by the bank, you correct them on the BRS. Errors done by us, you correct in the journals. So let's check here. Saying debit order number 225 was for the business monthly insurance premium to T insurance. So let's say 225. So 225 is this one for 84,000. So this one for T insurance, they told us that it is for insurance. So the insurance is 34,000. So that 34,000 will go to our CPJ. Okay, so that 34,000 will come again this side in our CPJ, and then we continue. Next, they're saying that debit order number 388 appeared on the business bank statement on 18 March 2022. So let's check what's happening. And then they're saying that the business does not have an insurance policy with Thai insurers. So this one of Thai insurers, this is what they are talking about here. They are saying we don't know it, right? So what did the bank do? The bank deducted it from our account by mistake. So we need to, even though they said that the business does not have an insurance policy with Thai insurers, the bank agreed that the error will be corrected on the next bank statement. The thing is, at the present moment, that error has not yet been corrected. So we must communicate with the bank to correct the error. So remember, errors done by them, they are corrected on the BRS. So we are going to say, uh, you can simply say correction of error. So we are going to say correction of error. Then we record that 34,000 on the credit. Remember, they deducted by mistake. Okay, and then after this we are going to check what's happening. So next, they're saying that the deposit from the Delta Bank was for the fixed deposit of 90,000 that has matured. So let's check what Delta Bank deposited. So they gave us for these, they gave us 96,750, right? So normally what I will do, I'll record it separately because of materiality. Remember this one we have considered, right? So what I will do, I will normally record it separate. Okay, I'll record it separate because it has been considered. um so I mean, sorry, it has been, we if you look at that, we would have our fixed deposit will mature, but we'll also get interest on that. So what I will do, I'll normally record 90,000 separate, and then 6,750 separate. So you can record that 90,000 separate, and then also 6,750 separate. Okay, and then let's check what else happened. So look at this. We because the transactions are complete and they are not saying anything additional, it means these things must be updated. So this one we have Ekurhuleni municipality, and you can see it's a payment. So that 52,000, because it was not by error, we need to record, is it 52,000 or 54? Okay, that's 52,000. So that 52,000 will come this side. Okay, And then after this, we have a deposit from a tenant for rent, which is 28,000. So that 28,000, is going to be recorded in our CPJ. I mean CRJ, sorry. And then the next one, Delta Bank, we have recorded this. We also have service fee of 1,750. So that service fee 1,750 must go to our CPJ. And then after this, you can check what else you have. We have a little something, Yana, that is good for us. You see, it's a positive. There's no sign of negative. So it means it's interest income. So that 400 will be recorded under our receipt. So once you have done this, you are done dealing with your transactions. And as you can see here, we have recorded everything. So we just need to finalize our things. And then if you look at the statement, they've given you the balance as per statement. So this is the closing balance of the statement that you have received, the incorrect one. Okay. So what you are going to do, you will record this credit balance as per bank statement. You can see sometimes they will give it to you, sometimes you look for it yourself. So let's see. So we have the credit balance as per bank statement. So it is, the amount is 249,400. So you take 249,400. Okay, so you record it as it is. Now if there's any errata, guys, it will be read for you. Okay, now let's go and add our receipts. So when you look at our receipts, the total for our receipts here, it's going to be 477,500 plus 90,000 plus 6,750, and then also plus 28,000, and then plus 400. So let's see how much we're getting. 477. Oh, I made a mistake here. It's 400. Let me start it again. So 477 400 plus 90,000 plus 6,750, and then plus 28,000, and then plus 400. It's 602,550. So we'd have 602,550. I like to confirm, so let's confirm for the last time. 477 400 plus 90,000 plus 6,750, and then plus 28,000, and then also plus 400. It gives us 602,550. So that 602,550 must come this side. 602,550. And then let's see the total of our payments. So you take 413,500 plus 34,000 plus 34,000, and then plus 52,000, and then plus 1,750. Okay. 750, 535, 250, 535, 250. I want to see what was the first 34,000 for. Okay, the first 34,000, it was for the first 34,000, it was for our insurance. Oh, and the second the other 34,000 is for that difference. I remember now. So let me just also confirm that 62,500 minus 28,500. Okay, it's fine. So the total that we got is 535,250, but I'm going to confirm again 413,500 plus 34,000, and then also plus 34,000. It is giving us also plus 52,000, and then plus 1750. It is giving us 535,250. So that 535,250 will come here. Okay, so we're going to take it to here, 535,250. We're going to take it here, and then from there, what we need to do, we check which side is the biggest. So if you can look at this, you can see that our debit side is the biggest. So it means here on 2022 March the 31st will have a balance carried down, which will be our opening balance for 2022 April the 1st. Okay, so let's see. When we add this to 299,600 plus 602,550 550, we're going to get 902,150. 299,600 plus 602,550. Okay, so the total, yeah, I nearly made a mistake here. So remember, this total should come here, not on balance brought down. So it's going to be 902,150 here, 902,150, 902,150, and then we take this total, we subtract 535,250, 535,250. Okay, I want to check something. Okay. So remember guys, I said if there's any error, it will be sent to you. I remember when we were doing this example, we had identified an error of 2000. So if there's any error, it will be read for you. Okay, 28,500 minus minus 62,500. Yeah, there was an, I think there was supposed to be an errata for this, but for now let's deal with what we have here. So the total that we're getting here, it tells us that our balance carried down should be 902,902,150 minus 535,250, 535,250, and then remember it gave us 366,900. So we'd have 366,900 and then also 366,900. Okay, and then the same balance that you have here, you take it here. So that 366,900, you take it here. This is your debit balances per bank account. So you have debit balance as per bank account. Remember we got 366,900. Okay, so you'd have 25,000 plus 18,000 and then plus 366,900. So the total that we're getting here is 409,900. 900, 409, 900. And then obviously there was an error with, I think, I can't remember if it was, you will see, let me show you. If you add these two sides, it won't give you this amount. If you subtract, take this 409 900 minus 34,000, and then you minus 124 500. So here their amount one, here we are actually at, I on the I can't remember if the error was on the bank statement or what, but if you check on the memo, it will tell you that here on the um one of the items was, because we checked this balance in class with my learners, and we found out that it was short by 2,000. So one of the amounts in this, it was one of these insurance, it was short by, when we checked in the memo as we were doing the correction, it was 36,000. But remember, you write what they gave you. Okay, so unfortunately, you, even though you saw it, so here, had they, if they don't adjust this, your answer here, it's supposed to be, I'll show you, it's supposed to be 251,000 400 according to our information, 251 400 here. But remember, you write what they gave you. I'll just quickly go and show you the memo if I can connect on the internet, okay, so that you can see what I'm talking about. But remember guys, if there was an error on the question papers, it's not something that you guys should worry about. Okay, so I'll just wait for my Wi-Fi to connect so that I can show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you'll see what I'm referring to. But remember guys, in the exam, if there's an errata, it has to be read for you guys. So should it not be there, you'll be given a benefit mark because it wasn't your fault. So it's not really something that you should stress about. Okay, our network is taking too long to open. Let me see if I can check on. Okay, so I'll just show you 2022 June. If you want the paper guys, you can check it on testpapers.co.za, and then we are going to go to 2022 June. Okay, okay, Chrome is not responding, so yeah, I'll try and open it again. If it doesn't open, I showed you guys the procedure to check it, right? But if you check there on that paper that I'm talking about on that website, you will see they've written 36,000. Unfortunately, I can't, my thing is taking too long to open. Yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So you'll see on the possible answers, remember possible answers are not always correct. So on the possible answers, when you look at it, you will see they've written something like 34, 30. Yeah, you can see our total here. Look at here, you can check here. If you subtract that 2,000 here on the payments, so the error was on the payments from the question paper. So you see here they have 36,000, and then you don't know how they got that 36,000. So I think they made a mistake. One of the amounts was made to be less. That's how why we are a bit different by 2000. If you check our difference and their difference, our difference between us and them in terms of our amount is here they're saying, remember here they said uh can have 34,000 in CRJ and another 34,000 in CPJ. I don't know why this person has said this. So obviously because of that thing, because of that the first 34,000, I remember they made a mistake on the act, on the amount. It was supposed to be more than that, what they gave us. So that's why we have 34,000. They have 36. But this 36,000, unfortunately, we won't prove how they got it because they gave us, we used what they gave us. So, guys, please, when you see such things, don't worry. Just do what you got according to the paper. The rest, your teacher will fight for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. May God richly bless you. Shalom.